Welcome back to the GSMC Baseball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Sam Menzie, and we have a great show for you today. First topic we'll be going over is recapping the home run derby from last night, giving exciting moments and just what happened overall and giving my thoughts on it. After that, we'll be going over the top storylines in the All-Star Game, some notable non-first round picks, then going over the American League and National League standings at the halfway point of this year. But before we do that, I'd like to ask you to please like and follow the show. We do get a number of questions from viewers to ensure that your question does get read in the air. Please use the link, GSMCpodcast.net. It really does help the show, and it really does mean a lot, so thank you so much for that. And let's get back into the show for today. All right, so first topic, of course, is going to be talking about the home run derby and just recapping that. Obviously, as you can see on the screen, and if you're watching this, I'm sure you watched it, the winner was Teoscar Hernandez from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, I did end up predicting the home run derby last night, giving my personal predictions, and I was completely wrong. The two guys I thought would meet in the finals, Adolis Garcia and Pete Alonso, both were eliminated in the first round, so that was really nice to be able to get that completely wrong. But yeah, there were a lot of surprises last night, and I do just want to go over them and just give my general thoughts on it. So yeah, let's get into it. So first one we have is we're going to talk about the who went on to round two. So round one, of course, you had Alec Bohm, Bobby Witt Jr., Adolis Garcia, Teoscar Hernandez, Pete Alonso, Jose Ramirez, Marcell Ozuna, and Gunnar Henderson competing. And Bohm, Witt, Hernandez, and Ramirez all went on to the second round. Now, I only did end up getting one of those right, as I predicted Jose Ramirez to go to the second round. After that, I predicted Adolis, Pete Alonso, and Gunnar to all go to the second round. Obviously, none of them did, so that was a big L on my part. But after that, you would have Alec Bohm versus Teoscar Hernandez, and Hernandez would win a swing-off, so he would go to the final round. And then you would have Bobby Witt Jr. versus Jose Ramirez, and Bobby Witt Jr. would absolutely destroy Jose Ramirez, getting 5 more home runs than him. So, yeah, overall, very surprising derby. I really did not expect Alec Bohm to go to the semifinals and Bobby Witt Jr. to go to the finals. You know, I was close to picking Teoscar Hernandez to go. I thought there was a good chance that he would have. I just thought the other candidates were better. I mean, Hernandez is a known power hitter, so it's not exactly crazy that he went. I mean, Alec Bohm, who would have thought at all that he would have gone to the semifinals? He was the one guy I thought had no chance. I really did not think his swing was made for this. I didn't think he was the type of hitter, but hey, he did exactly that. He went to it, and he did a great job, so props to him. And, you know, there were a lot of disappointments in this. I was really expecting a pretty fun derby, and to be honest with you, I was left disappointed. I think really just the national anthem off the top really started off poorly. I don't know if you guys watched, but man, that was really bad. So yeah, that was really poor, that national anthem. Obviously, she announced today that she was actually not fully there during it, if you know what I mean, and she's going to rehab. So obviously, hope the best for her. But man, that was an interesting way to start off the night, getting that national anthem being sung. So yeah, but I was really expecting mainly 3 guys to really do well, and they didn't. First off, Pete Alonso. I mean, he has won the home run derby twice now. Hasn't won it since 2021, so maybe his glory days are over, quote unquote. But you know, had his old pitching coach back in Dave JioSaavn, who threw to him back in 2021 when he did end up winning in Colorado. So I thought, like a lot of people, that he would end up going really far in this derby, but no, he would be really disappointing. Only hitting 12 home runs in the first round, only the second lowest among them all. Now, Dave JioSaavn wasn't exactly the greatest throwing to him, but at the same time, Pete Alonso won in 2019 when his cousin was throwing to him. And man, as a Mets fan who watched that live and was rooting for Pete, his cousin did absolutely horrible. I still remember that, so I don't really think it's an excuse at this point. Alonso's had a pretty down season as well with the Mets, so just has not gone right for him. I don't really think he should have made the All-Star game either. I think there were probably four or five more deserving candidates. I mean, Brandon Nimmo, Pete Alonso, his own team. Brandon Nimmo, Francisco Lindor were more deserving than him and his own teammates. Brendan Doyle of the Rockies, I think, should have went. And also Christian Walker of the Arizona Diamondbacks was also much more deserving as a first base option, in my opinion. But, you know, they obviously wanted him in the home run derby, and it did not work out well for them. So good for Pete. At least he gets a free trip to the All-Star game. But, yeah, that was really disappointing there. After that, Gunnar Henderson. Man, I really thought Gunnar Henderson would go far. I thought his swing was perfect for this derby, that tight, compact lefty swing with all the just natural power he has through his motion. I really thought he would be the perfect choice to be in this to go far in this home run derby, his first one of many, I would assume. And man, he really did not end up doing well in this. That was unfortunate. Again, I was very disappointed there. And then also Adolis Garcia. Again, I thought his batting stance is perfect for the home run derby. He went far last year, making it to the finals, of course. And I thought with everything going on, he hired a known home run derby coach, a guy who's thrown to Julio Rodriguez in the past, who obviously won, who obviously made it far a few years ago. So that was nice, but obviously didn't work out. And also, again, him with that home run derby pitcher, with him being at home, having experience in the All-Star game, having just such natural power. I mean, just look at his thighs, man. They're great. Look at his arms and thighs. Like, man, he's naturally strong. I really thought that he would be a perfect home run derby contestant, but he did not go far. So those are three really big disappointments. I really thought that it'd be much more enjoyable, but once those guys were out, I kind of lost a little bit of interest. But Alec Boehm, I really thought had no chance to go far. In the comments, Buffer, I believe your name is pronounced. If not, I apologize. He said, "Derby put me to sleep. Did it really have to take 3 hours?" That's another thing as well. I agree with that. It was kind of long. I didn't really realize it when I was watching, but I checked the clock after it was done. I was like, man, that was really long. So I agree with you. I think the home run derby's fun, but I just don't think it should be as long as it needs to be. And national anthem was my derby highlight. Yeah, hopefully she gets better. That's all I'm gonna say. But man, that national anthem was not great. Definitely was it was something. I'll say that. So at least she owned up to it, and she's going to get better. But yeah, overall, I think it was a disappointing derby. I think that the 10 out format, honestly, is pretty great. I think that's where we should go back to. I know a lot of people are talking about it, but I do think that the 10 out format of the home run derby made it a lot better, made it a lot more exciting. Hitters could relax when swinging. They don't have to just go swinging and swinging, and they don't have to worry about the time. They can relax after each swing, get themselves going, and I feel like their power is more effectively put on display. So I think that would have been a good decision as well to maybe put that there. But overall, still a lot of good contestants, but really did not live to my expectations. So Boehm versus Hernandez, that was honestly pretty exciting. Going to a swing off, of course, Teoscar didn't end up winning. And then, obviously, Jose Ramirez versus Bobby Witt Jr. did not go at all as I expected. I was like, okay, Bobby Witt Jr., good for him. But Jose Ramirez, a known power hitter, versus Bobby Witt Jr., a right-handed small shortstop, kind of think I know he's going to win here. And Bobby Witt Jr. proved me wrong. So props to him and how well he did. So, yeah, the finals now, Bobby Witt Jr. versus Teoscar Hernandez. Two guys I did not even have going to the second round. That was crazy, but props to Teoscar Hernandez for winning. He did a really good job in it. Showed off his power, and man, what a turnaround these past few months have been. Got traded by the Blue Jays, got to the Mariners, did awful with the Mariners. Did not even get a qualifying offer for them, signed a 1-year deal with the Dodgers, and man, as I said yesterday as well on the show, he's become such an important part of this lineup. You of course have the superstars like Mookie, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, but a guy holding that lineup together like Teoscar Hernandez is very important. And the way that he has been such an amazing signing here with Los Angeles has been so impactful to them. And congrats to him for winning this home run derby. It's not easy to do, and it's able to wrap up a really, really nice season for him in the starter uniform. So obviously it has been a fantastic signing for not only him, but for the Dodgers as well. I'm sure he'll get a big contract in the offseason from whatever team. I just don't understand how the MLB let a guy like Teoscar Hernandez go to the Dodgers in free agency after they signed Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, James Paxton. I just don't understand it. So obviously they'll learn from that. But yeah, has had a really great season with them. I think really deserves this kind of recognition. Has done a fantastic job. And again, props to him and props for the season he's been able to put together with this Dodger team. It's been very cool to watch, and it's very, very nice to see that his career's kind of gone back on track from the way that we thought it would be. So yeah, overall, Tyler Glasnow as well. Yes, thank you. That was another big addition, of course. Not a free agent signing, of course, was a trade, but still obviously a big addition for them. But going for next year, I would like to see some other candidates. I think Ohtani, of course, you want to see Ohtani. Ohtani did say on the broadcast that he is willing to do it. He just didn't do it this year because after the rehab. So I think Ohtani going back into the home run derby next year would be fantastic. I want to see Gunnar Henderson in it again. I think he's going to do a fantastic job when he has more experience. I also think maybe going last kind of cooled him off after warming up. I think that maybe could have been a possibility as well. We'll have to see. But I think him and Ohtani should be really good. Of course, you want to see Judge do it, but Judge has said multiple times that he's not doing it until he returns to New York, which is fair, I guess. But as a New Yorker as well, I'm hoping that it does return to New York. That would be really cool. Please make that happen. But it's in Atlanta next year, so maybe we'll have one of their stars do it. I would assume, I would assume Acuna can't do it because he's going to be coming off of that ACL rehab. Marcell Ozuna did it this year, and I don't assume he'll have as good of a season as he's had this year, next year. So I don't think he'll do it. I think Matt Olson would be a really cool pick. Austin Riley as well. I think those two guys, huge power hitters, really nice swings for that ballpark. I think both would be really nice picks as well. So that would be interesting picks for who I'd like to see next year. But yeah, that was just me going over my home run derby recap for this year. Congrats to Oscar Hernandez of the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm sure he'll get a big payday in the offseason as well. Going to our second segment here now, which is going to be talking about some All-Star Game storylines to watch for tonight's game. So yeah, we'll be going over that, and we'll see you after the break. So thanks, and bye. There we go.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. 'Cause everybody in the world